Farms. I'm Dawn, also known as Knittin' Wolf everywhere.
And I'm James, also known as Wolf Photo. And this puppy Chulo, you've seen him on occasion on our podcast. He's just hanging out with me right now.
It's a baby.
Yeah. This podcast is brought to you by Wolfe Farms. You can find us on the internet at wolffarms.net. We have the scent of the month every month, and for the month of March, it is lavender. So you get 25% off everything in our shop that is scented in that fragrance. So that's our lotion, soap, bath salts, candles. I think that's about it. Plus, we have other sale items as well. I know lavender is one of our more popular scents. We use essential oils in there for the, the fragrance of it, and no colorants or dyes or anything like that. So it's as natural as we can get.
Don't we put
for the soap we use ground lavender into the soap
that
itself.
I grow in the garden.
Yeah. So we do have some
botanicals.
Yeah, there you go. In the lavender soap itself, but
I was going to say chunks because I couldn't think of the word. Yeah, we put chunks in our soap.
That doesn't sound too appealing, but no, we do have botanicals in there in the soap itself. But we do have that, and I know that's one of our more popular ones. And we have other sale items as well. So please swing on by, check that out. Help support the podcast. That's what pays for us to post it and post it in iTunes and whatnot.
Yeah, and it was really sweet of Sockcetra Shannon to mention our shop, the lavender and stuff, so that was really sweet of her.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
So I want to welcome new and returning viewers. Thanks for joining us today. If you're new to our podcast, I know we're on like episode 241, but you really don't have to start.
42.
Oh, you got...
It's screwed up on the notes.
242. Sorry.
Yeah.
You really don't have to go back and watch this all. Every week it's fresh. It's not a continuing thing.
You want to talk about a binge watching? That would be.
Yeah, you'd be sick of us by the time you got through a week's worth of binge watching Wolfe Farm. But so like I said, if you're new, just start here, and we reference things, and sometimes you'll say like which episodes they come from and stuff. But it's always
that I would have to think, and I'm getting old.
Well, I know for like the photography tips and stuff, you have that in the Ravelry group. If you want to reference. Where I'd gone through and did some, photo tips and stuff for taking pictures of your knits and stuff like that, lighting and whatnot. So instead of
we feel weird repeating things, but then we've also been doing this for many moons, so.
242 episodes worth. Weekly. I don't think we missed a week yet. So, anyways, I just wanted to kind of throw that out there. So, but if you're a long-time listener or a viewer, thanks for joining us as well. You already know
with us. Yeah,
you know how entertaining we can be.
And,
So anyway, let's get on with it. I guess you have to list off our segments there, huh?
And those include farm happenings, Farmer's Almanac, in the Coop. See, I'm so used to saying flow in the coop, but I don't. Kind of. Cows. I'm joining Squeal Like a Pig in the arena and round.
All right. So
farm happenings.
Do you want to just...
Well, I do want to mention, since I said Knittin' Wolf everywhere, I know Instagram is having a possible...
They're changing up the way they do the Instagram, and for the longest time since they started, it's always been chronological. Yeah. So when you follow... a bunch of people, you see it in chronological order. So the most current one's up at the top, and you scroll through, and then you just kind of make your way through it. Well, Instagram is heading in the direction of using an algorithm to, like, you're kind of looking at me.
Well, I was going to say, are you hot or are you low?
Yeah, it says hot.
Okay. It's in the 80s, as you can tell.
And I'm cooking under studio lights here, so... but anyway, so they're changing up to, or heading in that direction to go in like an algorithm to show you what they think you want to see. Yeah. So it's changing up really the essence of what they are doing. A lot of people are unhappy with that. So you may have noticed in your app it changed, because it used to be right in the upper right-hand corner. You would see how long ago it was listed. Well, now they've got that down at the very bottom in like a gray font, so you can barely even see it. And then there's like the little drop down is now like for reporting spam and stuff. So it's really kind of changed up. I noticed that when they did the app update here a week or two ago. So I guess based on that, there's a new like photo sharing thing that you're...
I went and joined it just to try to get familiarized with it, and it's called Ello, ELLO. I guess it is only for the Apple devices, though. It is not for Android yet, but they always do the Apple before the Android, so I'm sure in no time it will be.
Well, or vice versa. It depends on who's developing, and they eventually, if it's popular, will do it for all devices. So
yeah, I mean, it's a little... I mean, it's a different app, so it's going to be different for you, but so it seems like, ooh, oh, what's going on? So just play with it, and it seems to kind of go.
So you're Knit Wolf on ello.
I'm Knitting Wolf, yeah.
I'm not on there yet. I haven't swung over to reserve my my name.
Yeah, I've been Knitting Wolf since my blog days.
Yeah,
Blog days, so, back when you do the blog.
That's a little more unique than Wolf Photo, because I'm not even Wolf Photo on Instagram. I'm Wolf Photos with an S at the end because someone had already taken Wolf Photo. So, but...
Yeah, you better hurry and jump
I know. I said, maybe I'll just go over there because then I can be Wolf Photo like I am everywhere else, so...
Yeah, even on your car, it's photo.
Yeah. Got a custom license plate that says Wolf Photo.
Yeah.
So, but, so that was, like I said, I know Instagram's changing, and then, like, last Friday, then people kind of were trying to boycott or stop using it, and I don't know if that's going to make any change, because they don't
really give a flying fig, so.
Yeah, I don't get it, but, it's now owned by Facebook, so Facebook is controlling that's why.
Oh,
yeah, that's so you get bought out and then you get sucked into the direction of the parent company. So, and that's I'm sure what's happening. Not that I've read up on this or anything, but
I haven't either.
But no, I was doing some looking into it. But yeah, so that's basically what's going on. So now you're on ello.
Yep. So, been gardening, and we have lots of stuff coming up in the garden. And
yeah, no, it's looking good. Everything's coming up. We didn't hit a freeze, because sometimes, where we're at, we'll get a late freeze in March or April. We got really close here, like a couple weeks ago, where it dropped down, like borderline, but not long enough to burn anything out. So, everything's going good weather-wise. We've been in the 80s. I mean, it's hopefully, I think it's cooling off next week, but it's like, cooking.
Yeah.
But everything's really with the warmer weather and got a little bit of rain last week and on watering to make sure it gets rain, because otherwise it will dry up pretty quick.
Well, especially with the heat.
Love it.
A couple times a day. So
yeah,
because we're in the desert. If we didn't water or bring in good soil, there would be nothing.
Weeds grow good. Nothing else does.
Yeah.
So
weeds.
So I'll probably end up having to throw some shade, the sunshade stuff material that we use for our chickens and stuff. It doesn't block all the sun out, but it makes it cooler, so they're not, you're not getting 100% of the sun, which will work well to keep the garden from burning out, because that's one of the issues that we have when it gets up above 100, which it does pretty regularly out here when we get towards the summertime. So right now everything's good. We're kind of at the high for the time being. Poppy Chulo's in the shipping department trying to eat the boxes. But so anyway, so the garden's looking good.
Yep.
Everything's. I know you just planted stuff in the other section.
Yeah.
And I think I've seen one or two things coming up already.
The corn is starting to come up, and the cucumbers.
But we started that a couple weeks. We started that a couple weeks later, and then that will start coming up, and then it'll just go everywhere, because this is all the stuff that
like squashes and
likes a lot of room. So
and I like planting squashes.
Yeah. Well, you clean out a squash and you got all those seeds. What better to do than stick them back in the ground? Yeah. You're like a little squirrel, just burying all the seeds.
I just walk around. Oh, we'll just stick some here.
Yeah, she did that along this nowhere near the garden, but just out like that side of the house.
They make beautiful leaves.
Yeah, they do.
I like the leaves.
How about you? Thank you, buddy.
So yeah. So then this week I went and, because I had some Michael's coupons, so I had to go get more stickers because I showed my planner last week. It's the Happy Planner, and I am so in love with it. And so I know I enabled a couple people. So I went and got and I'm so glad now because I was in between getting the Happy Planner and the Erin Condren planner. But I'm glad I went with the Happy Planner because you can insert things. With the Erin Condon one, you can't. That's
spiral bound.
It's spiraled, yeah. Plus the paper is better on the Happy Planner because I watched YouTube on a test of different pins and stuff. And so the paper in the Happy Planner is better so there's no bleed through. The girl even used a Sharpie, which I'm like, wow. She even thought it would run. So anyways, so I got the folders that you can insert, and I've already inserted some of them, but you get like 6 of them. So with the 60% off coupon, it was like a steal. I couldn't even make these because I know, Stony Brook's probably thinking, oh, you could just laminate that and make it. And that's what I was going to do. But when I had that coupon, I'm like, they're already done. I can just pop them in.
Yeah, that's what 60% off coupon's all about. Huh?
So then I got a bunch of little stickers, and I've used some of them. So yeah, just to play with. I'm not getting super.
You're not overdoing the sticker.
I'm not going craft booky with it, which I know a lot of. You got to see these ones. Because they got pugs, chihuahuas. I was seeing if they had a little Boston Terrier because I know Courtney would go get it. But yeah, they were just too cute. So yeah, I thought I'd just show it really quickly and
accents for your calendar.
Yeah, and then you got me these pins.
Well, I got you a set at Christmas time,
and I am so in love with them. And I've used some of them so much that my ink's running low. So it's like. Jimmy thought it was funny because I was looking for this exact certain kind. But I mean,
you like the way they write, and the color's pastel color. It's not, it's not like blue. The blues and the reds and the blacks that you would normally see. These are more pastel.
So yep, just perfect. They're the gel pins and Uniball.
I had to take a picture so I make sure I get the right one. Because there's so many
Because Jimmy's like, here, these are it, let's hurry and get out of there. And I'm like, no, that's not it, that's not it.
But it's the Uniball, what was the...
Signo.
Signo, okay.
Yeah, 207. But you find a pen that you just love to write with.
It's comfortable.
Yeah, so, I know, I goofy. So, yeah.
It's all good.
So you bought some stuff for us.
Well, I had mentioned a couple weeks back that we had bought a ceramic.
Oh,
I know. I'm getting to that. I was going to bring that up. A ceramic coated pan because we have the old Teflon pans and they're just getting old and and they don't work as well as they did when we first got them. And so I've been kind of researching what kind of non-stick pan I wanted to go with. And I found a good deal on the ceramic coated pan. I'm not in for the names, so I don't need to get the Rachel Ray or whatever, the different ones like that. So, and I'm cheap, so.
They were on clearance at Walmart because I know I had quite a few people ask where,
Okay. Yeah, they were clearancing off this brand. This is, it's the Sarah Pan is the brand. And they were clearancing these off. The small ones were $5. The big ones were $7. So I'm not spending a lot of money on these.
Spenders.
I know. I bought 2 big ones and 2 small ones just so I could, test them out. And I'm like, if they don't last a year or two, if they make it 2 years and they die, they go in the trash and you buy another one for $5. Hey, because they have some of them that are like $30-$40, and I'm like, I'm cheap. If it cooks the food, I'm good. And there's actually, I like these better because they're actually aluminum base with the ceramic coated so that they distribute the heat better. Aluminum is a good heat. I know this because they use them for heat sinks and stuff like that in electronics. So anyway, so I bought those. I mentioned that, and love them. I mean, you don't even have to at times even scrub the pan. You just rinse it off, and everything just comes right off. It's like
it's amazing cleanup.
Yeah. So we after that we had bought a Foreman grill with the ceramic coating, and we had mentioned that it was like we were waiting for it to come in, and we forgot to mention it last week, but Dawn got it. And
it was so awesome because otherwise I was over 20-30 minutes
scrubbing
the heck out of that no matter what I did.
Yeah, because she sits there, she was maybe not 20 or 30 minutes, but I mean you were
like 20 minutes.
And the old Foreman grill that we had, it didn't come apart, so the cooking plates didn't remove, and so you actually had the whole thing over there. So I'm like, that's enough. The ceramic pans are great, and so I if they have a ceramic coated Foreman grill, if it works the same way, just rinse it off and you're done, right? So I found one where the plates actually come out, so you don't have to take the whole grill over. So you just pop them out when you're done, and we got it in, and she's very happy.
I've been squilling.
She's got time to do her calendaring now.
Yeah.
Because it takes you less than a minute to clean those things out. You rinse them off and they're done, and you can stick them in the dishwasher if you wanted to. But
I've even had the ones that have the removable plates, and I still have to scrub the things out of them. So
as much Pam, and it still sticks.
Pam, immediately when they were hot, I've done it all. It's like
but these ceramic coated ones, good stuff. Because I mean, cleanup is. And maybe after a year, like I said, I don't know because I've read some reviews on the different types. When I was
it just comes off like water off a duck's back.
Well, I've heard that over time that they may not be as slick, but like I said, for $7 or $5, toss them out. Yeah. These are the cheap ones, and I'm okay with that. And they still clean up great. So I mean, if they don't last, it is what it is. So, but anyways, based on that. They had a whole set with the pots and the pans and the lids and all of that stuff at Walmart for regular price like $50. I'm like, cha-ching, I'm going to go for that. So I got me a pan set. So just picked it up, so we got to start using it. But it's basically got 3. Pots and 3 pans, like a Dutch oven. It's got the lids. That's one thing I was missing with these. What I get?
I took care of the lids.
Well, yeah, I wasn't gonna say that Miss Butterfingers over here kind of sent it sailing across the kitchen and onto the floor, and So I no longer had my lid that I used like daily. So I've kind of had to work around, but now I got the full set that actually came with the lids and the pots and the pans, and all the ceramic coated stuff.
Just helping me out.
And it's red because I love red, right? So, but anyway, so I've got that, and one of the things is I do a lot of cooking. We watch the cooking shows. I try and plate on our existing plates, and we have this old plates that have it just doesn't look right, because we watch the chopped and stuff like that. I'm like, I want to plate something nice. So we were talking about getting some of those nicer, more plain, like cooking show type plates. So I opted to get a set of plates too. So just so I can do some food porn on Instagram, take a picture of these nice meals that I'm creating for you and Jimmy, and because I get creative, I do.
He can't. I have to have a recipe that I kind of follow.
I just figure things out. And they saw, you should write that down. I was like, that's no fun. Because I never cooked the same meal twice. What movie was that? That was Last Holiday. Chef DDA doesn't cook the same meal twice. So you can watch that. That's a good movie.
Watched that too many times.
Yeah, Queen Latifah. It's a good movie. So watch it. But anyway, so I got happy anniversary, honey.
Thank you. That's not 2 in 1.
I know, but I'll cook you a nice meal on your new pots and pans and plates.
Yeah.
See how that works?
See, that's what happens when you've been married 22 years.
Yeah. So anyway, so we got a couple new things. So I'm gonna have to do some new food picture, because I'm like, I should take a picture of this. I forget what was the meal that it was the orange
Orange chicken, not orange chicken.
Like I made an orange sauce and chicken, rice. That was really good. That was so good.
It's lunchtime.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna have to pause and go for intermission and eat some lunch. We're gonna get hungry here.
Yeah, but then I'll come back with broccoli in my teeth and I'll be going.
See how good my lunch was? So anyway, so I think that's it for Farm Happenings, right?
Yep. So a Farmer's Almanac. I had a few questions this week. They weren't in the Farmer's Almanac question thread, but that is on Ravelry, so that's where you can ask us anything. We'll answer it. And but I did get asked about my hiyas that I've mentioned the past couple weeks. The size of them. All my hiyas are 5-inch. My interchangeable set, which are the sharps, those are 5-inch, and also my bamboo ones that I've been talking about the past couple times are the 5-inch. Yeah. I just like that size, and I know Knitpicks has 5-inch ones too, but mine are the hiyas. And
well, I know your blackthorn and your signatures are.
My signatures are 5s.
Are they?
Yeah.
Did I get your 5s?
They just kill you.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
But I know like the blackthorns are 6s. Yeah. That. You know,
it just always pokes right there. So my Knitpicks are 6-inch ones too. And when I had ordered size 0 in the signatures that time, they came 8-inch. Oh. And remember, I sent them back. They were like deadly, and they're not made in their signature. The metal they use is not the nice colored ones. They were heavy as. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure because of the size it's hard to. It would.
Yeah.
You end up making hooks.
Yeah. So thought I would mention that, and then our Wolfe Farm soap can be used as a wool wash, because I do use it as a wool wash, and that was a question that we had. And so what you do is you get your water going that you're going to soak your garment in, and I just rub it like you're washing your hands under the water in it, because it spreads it more. And so that's how I do it. You just in the level of how much water you're having to clean your socks or whatever you're doing, and then when I've let them soak for a while, because generally I forget that I'm doing it. So then I go back in there and I rinse them out. But I do that with even the non-stuff, because I have so many allergies that I don't want not that I'm doing that because of our stuff, that's why we make it, because of all my allergies, but I just want everything out. So that's a way you can do that. And yeah, because I just used lavender the other day. That's our scent of the month. And not that I sniff my feet when I'm wearing my socks, but
before they go on the feet, though, right?
It's like
little shoe air fresheners.
Yeah. So yep, I thought I would mention that because I was asked a couple different times on both of those. So cool. So in the Coop is my Scrappy Happy Blanket number 2, because I've already done one before, and this is a Georgie Nicholson pattern. It is free on Ravelry, and it's in my bird leg bag, which I always have the little hiya. This is such a hiya endorsement. Little puppy snips. Is that puppy? Or that's the kitty snips. They have puppy and kitty snips. So, because you're always snipping off ends on this blanket, so I need them very handy. And so I did 3 on this end. And I can't remember. I think those were Knitty Van Cat's ones she had sent me. See, I'm still even remembering who sent me all of these. And then these are Knitting Samurai. So, and they're both podcasters. So yeah, it is getting quite big. And that is Trouble you are hearing, because he is the talker. It's like the phone rings. I can't even show this anymore fully, so it's getting good size now.
Yep. Hi, Trub.
So, yeah.
Well, you do one square a day, or at least you try
to,
and then that's your start. Get your hands warmed up for the day.
Yeah, because it gets your hands warmed up in order to knit other things. So, And I'm wanting to start another one because I want one for Jimmy, but I want to do it in just very boy colors.
Men colors.
Yeah. No pink. Sorry.
Yeah. So
I believe in the boy-girl colors, so. So then.
blues and browns.
Yeah.
Maybe some greens.
Oh yeah, greens, yellow, orange, because he loves orange. But the whole purple, pink thing, no. So then in my Tina bag, I had to think what I had in there, is my Wendy Sky Shawl, and that's a Debbie Reese pattern, and it is a paid-for pattern on Ravelry. It's a 2-colored shawl. And I'm doing this with Solar Flare fibers in Winter Rainbow and Forbidden Woolery. It's a California Dyer and New Moon colorway. And I did just a little bit on this. Well, I wanted to get one section at least. That was my goal this week, which I did a little bit more. So I got the blue section, which has the flower motif in it. And then I had started the next section. You can see where my dicky-do is, so.
Moving right along.
Yeah, just a little bit, because I have been like giving all my projects love this week instead of focusing just on one. I think it's done with size 5, hiya interchangeables, sharps. So
Well, I know when you get close to the end, then you tend to like pay more attention to that one to get it finished.
Yeah.
Up, so
then I worked on, and I know I don't have it pulled up. This is the Snowy Tempest, and it's an Angelia Megara pattern. And it's in my Bling Your Strings Chihuahua bag. In the Show Me Yarn, showmeyarn.com/shop, Show Me Yarn. In the Spook Light colorway, it's the boot heel base. And I had casted this on, I don't know how long ago, and I forgot to even pull it up on Ravelry, but let me show you that yarn because it is phenomenal. The Show Me yarns are gorgeous, every single colorway. And soft, oh. And I think that's why I haven't, because I didn't want it to end. So it's like, I dug this out because I know Knitted Paradise podcast, Lucia is having a spring cleaning. So finish, past projects like before January, December-ish. And I think I started this in November, December, and I just quit working on it.
Castonitis.
So I thought, that'll get me to work on it, and I can, enter it into that one. So I did a little bit on that. I think I only worked on it one day. You can see where my dicky-do there is. So, and it's almost to the point of, the garter, where you do the garter, enough stitches in order to start the edging, where the lace is. So that'll be fun. So I did dig this out in order to get some stuff, because I'm like, I need to
get started, get that cleared out.
It's just hanging there, because see, in my craft room, I had got those little hooks, that whip off with the sticker. What's the name of them?
It's right on the tip of, it's the 3M.
Yeah. I know Courtney's yelling because she uses them all over.
I can't see.
They're right over there.
I know. They're right behind us. The little package. It's
Command strips.
Yeah, there you go.
Command.
Yeah, that's
hooks. You all know what I'm talking about, anyways. So
the one that don't tear up your wall if you do them right. If you do them right.
Yeah. So I have those in my craft room. So my projects that I'm working on, my whips, are hanging. So I see them, because I thought if I just stuck them in a basket, I'm going to just start filling up the basket, and I'm not going to see. But if they're hanging there yelling at me, so you haven't knit on me in a while.
Calling out to you.
Yeah.
Knit me.
So that's why I grabbed that one. And then I knit on my Smell the Snow. My Smell the Snow snocks. My snocks. See, whole new word. Don't you want to knit on some snocks too? Sounds like I've been snockered up.
Time for lunch.
Yeah.
This is what happens.
This is Juliana's Fiber in her Lucid Dream sock yarn, Continuum Gradient in the I Smell Snow, 80/20 yarn. And I'm getting brought toys, and it's in my studio in the green bag, which I love, love, love. It's a dual pocket, and this reminds me. I need to remind me.
Remind you.
Why am I opening? Oh, because I want to show you. That's why I'm
show
opening
you your needles?
this. Yeah, I'm like.
And how much? Oh, the heel.
So, I did from the dicky do way down here, and then I did all the way up, and I started the heel, and it is just a normal, generic heel flap. There's no fancy thing, but I think now, because I'm counting every single row I've got so I can have the next one exactly, but since that is so, because I don't normally go that long there, so I think this part I want not on the next one, but on my next socks I want to do shorter.
Well, we figure out what the right,
because I just love how the heel flap heels fit better. They're more snugger
snugger
on the smelly snow. Yeah. And these are my
no floppy heels.
No floppy heels. My
bamboo hiyas, number 5-inch, number
2.25. Yeah. So, yep, I am loving these, and this yarn is just so yummy. I'm leaving this out for a reason.
Oh, okay.
So then, in my no, it's not, Slip Stitch Studio. See, they both have studios, and they're about the same size. In this one, I have my Hermiones Everyday Socks in the Sunshine Yarn Superwash Sock Yarn in the Hogwarts Express, because this is with the
Harry Potter inspired
knit along. Yeah, inside number 23 is having the inside number 23. And I know this is Hogwarts Express, but it reminds me of McDonald's. I don't know why. Every time I'm like, McDonald's.
Yeah, the golden arches.
Yeah, it just does. That's what I think of, and I'm like, I have to really...
Or the hamburger with the mustard and the ketchup. Right?
Yeah, ew. So I did... What did I do? I did, just the toe. I think that's where I was on this. So you can see my little dicky-do here. And I'm following the pattern, so whatever the toe heel is, which I loved this heel. It's got like, and don't ask me what it is, I don't remember. It's in the Hermione's Everyday Sock Heel. So I got all the toe done on that one. So
one foot's happy.
One foot is all done. And I like my socks to fold over like this. Like when I do them. I want the cuff and the toe to match. So I did get that one done. And this is an Erica Luder pattern. And then I started the second one. And these are done on the Hiya Bamboo 2.25. So I did all of that. And this is a really fun pattern. It's the first time I've done this pattern. I know it's been out forever, but I did want to mention, because this is a Slip Stitch Studio cozy needle cozy. There we go. And the snaps in this are like, and I know this was when she first designed this. Laura was the first one to make these, and the buttons here are like, or the snaps are like regular snaps, and they're hard.
Hard.
And I don't know why this one is placed there, by the way. So that was kind of odd. But, I mean, it's...
Maybe for different size projects or different size needles.
I don't know, because you can still use these. I use these also for circular needles, too. Not as often, because generally I'm using it because my double points are super sharp. Mm-hmm. Well, so are my DPNs, but they've never gone through my bag. On hers, she does have this zipper back here, so you can put notions in it. So, and that's the only one I've ever seen that does that. It's time consuming, I'm sure. So, but what I love about the Studio in the green one, and there's an extra needle in there, is her snaps are they're plasticky. And see how they're positioned perfectly.
So there's room for the project to come out through the center.
So they're like these little, it's not, quit focusing on my head. But listen, this is another thing. I just love the snap.
So they're easier to open.
To hear that snap, I just love the snap. You know, like when you knit and you hear your needles go, I do, Michelle, I love the snap.
It's kind of like, I put this like the dogs, they like their toys, they make their own toys. You buy them a toy, they don't. This is like a toy for dogs.
No, what's that, bubble wrap?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love the bubble wrap. So
that's a toy for our dogs, by the way, the bubble wrap.
Yeah, so the cats. Yeah. So I love the snaps. And yes, I will sit here and I hope that's coming through on there. Snap. What's that on Legally Blonde? The snap and flick. Let's all do the snap and flick. Get up.
Yeah.
You all
Flip
need
and
some
swish, right?
is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's the happy snaps or whatever.
Oh, the happy, yeah.
Or whatever that was.
Happy cup.
But that was
Snap cup.
Yeah.
I'll get it right.
That was a number 2. The
At least I got the right movie.
flip and switch or whatever that was in number 1.
Yeah. Snap cup. See, this is not just a knitting podcast. That would be boring, huh?
All sorts of movie
trivia.
Yeah, there you go.
That we can never remember what the movie was, but
yeah, we mess it all up. But I'm sure you know what we're talking about. To inspire you to go back and watch the movie to prove us wrong.
Yeah. So then I have my spinning, and I am spinning Village Spinning and Weaving. It is merino top in the salmon colorway, and this I bought when I first got my wheel. And the other stuff that I spun that I showed last week, the watermelon and the black trillium, I had got around the same exact time. This has been a joy to spin, and I thought it was because the other stuff was old. Mm-hmm. No, because it was so braided together, so tight. It broke and it brittle, and so yeah, I got it spun. But talk about the bubble wrap.
Trouble's over here with the mouthful.
Yeah.
Trouble. Yeah. He
stills it and runs through the house with it. So this is spinning like it's brand new, and I know this is old. Mm-hmm. This is old.
Yeah, when we bought you your wheel, we bought stuff for you to.
So it's got to be at least 5, 6.
It's
older than that probably.
Well, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Age is irrelevant.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I had honestly thought it was because of the age, but it's not. Old fart has its good points. You didn't know where I
didn't know where you're going to old fart. I'm like,
fart.
Where's this going? Where's this old fart going?
Yeah, you'd never know what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
So, yep, I think. Okay, and the sock yarn, there's the knitting broomstick is having a year-long. The knitting, it's TKB.
What are you talking about?
Because I just showed my socks.
Okay.
A minute, I'm going back to my socks. Forget the spinning. But I wanted to mention that she's having a year-long knit-along, and you can choose, like, ooh, I want to do 12, or ooh, I want to do 16, and then she does prizes every now and then. So I wanted to throw that out there. And
you took a left turn on me.
I know.
Not following.
Well, I know Pin Feathers and Purls. She's having a stripy sock yarn, but I had started I'm mentally knitting with Candace. I'm not going to enter because I had started right before her thing had started, and then but I'm mentally.
Yeah.
Well, I'm physically.
You're along.
But I'm along for the ride.
But yeah, it's. Not for the prizes, but for the sheer enjoyment of knitting stripy socks.
And I keep pulling out more that I think, ooh, if I finish these, I can do that.
Yeah, you're getting into the cast-on-itis mode.
I am, because then I think, if I use this one with it, and it's all crazy.
Good thing the wall that's got all your work in progress is a small wall, and you can only put so many hooks on it. So.
But I can add more hooks on. So squeal like a pig, and I did have my ceramic grill on here.
Where?
Right there, and just squeal like a pig. Because
okay.
see, remember I even said it was making me squeal.
Yeah, that's time for your calendar because you got a new grill.
Yeah. So also I got some mail call, and from leftfieldknitter, and she sent me a whole bag of minis.
Awesome.
So this is
you know where that's going.
Yeah. The mini queen here. I love it. So she gave me 2 of each color, so that'll work. 2 of each. So yeah, this is what I'm meaning. 2. Can we count up to 2?
2 mini skeins of each type.
Yes, that's it. Very good.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I serve a purpose here on this podcast, on occasion.
And I found when they're in the skeins like this, that my yarn bowl that you made me, instead of having to put them around my feet or whatever, because they come in the skein, or in, putting them on your Swift and rolling them into balls, or just rolling them into balls, that I can just drape it around my yarn bowl.
Yeah, around the outside.
And it uses it. I can just, so it doesn't get all tangly. Because I was joking, I'm like, look, it comes in, you can use it for more than one thing.
Yeah, you have both the inside and the outside.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Plus I use it as storage.
Yeah, it's multifunctional.
Yep. In the arena, we have our hatchet. I was waiting for you to look at me weird again. We have our hatchet.
Start over again?
Yeah.
So, we're going into the arena.
In the arena, we have our hatchet that we've done from the very beginning, but we've changed it at the beginning of this year to go into quarterly segments.
Yeah.
So this one it's our winter hatchet, so it's our January, February, March, and so that'll be ending really soon, and that is any project that you're doing, knitting, spinning, weaving, crocheting, sewing, fibery, goodness, to enter that, and you could win a prize. And we've had some great prizes from Packing Knits Design and Leftfieldknitter, and we'll be donating prizes, and so there'll be plenty of prizes. And so we have that, and I want to do, or let me know what you guys think too. I want to, because I'm really into the socks right now, I'm wanting to do a 2-month sock knit-along, pattern sock, not just plain old, whip it up sock. It has to be a pattern, and a decent size, not a
mini sock.
Not a mini sock. And so let me know what you guys think, and we can use the hashtag Wolfe Farms Hatch-a-Sock. I want a Hatch-a-Sock, H-A-K. So I have that written down in the notes. And hey, look down there, you guys. I've been putting our show notes on the YouTube channel too. I didn't know if you guys noticed that. And so I just...
So when we reference stuff, then you can find it. If you're a YouTube viewer, you can find it.
Otherwise, our show notes are in Ravelry and on the Blogspot page. So I stick them everywhere, and so you can find what I'm yapping about all the time. So we do have a Ravelry group, Wolfe Farms. So for anybody who's new. And so let me know what you guys think about that. And, we can start a chatter thread and, discuss what patterns. And so, yeah, I want to do a lot of those Erica Luder ones because so far they're really, really good. Although there's another one that I'll be mentioning.
Time to make another sock drawer.
It's like, yeah, I've had to list out. I have literally list out all the different knit-alongs that I'm wanting to do.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow.
So we'll just throw one more in the mix.
Yep.
And have you guys get some pattern socks.
Yep. So I want to mention some podcasts that I was had messages from also, to go check out, and then some I found. And one of them that I found is called Yarn Junkie, and she's _yarn junkie on Instagram. She's yarn junkie 6 on Ravelry, and her Ravelry name says Ambrosia, but she introduces herself as Amber. So, because Ambrosia, I think of that dessert thing, and it's like, hungry. There we go, back to the food thing today. So yeah, I loved her podcast, and it's really fun to watch. She's rural too, and so it's like, ooh, I have that in common, and I have that in common. Well, she's going to be having, it already started on March 17th, a Fine and Dandy sock yarn knit along. Ooh, would you see that moving around? And these are just so cute, so, and the pattern's like 78 cents. It's Australian $1, so it's like super cheap, so, and it's just adorable, and I'm like, oh, I really want to knit that. So, but she's hosting that knit along with the Brooklyn Knitfolk, who is Jaclyn, and she is jaclynsalem on Ravelry. And so I had to go, she's mentioning her that she's doing this knit along, so I had to go check her out. And of course she's in Brooklyn, hence the name. And so I got to watch one of her episodes, and it was really good and entertaining. So there's 2 new ones that you can check out. Then there on my Instagram, I saw Cherry Purls, which is teenybutton Robyn. I saw her post, they just started a podcast, and it's a mother-daughter duo, so that's always fun seeing the interplay there, and, well, I'm a shrink, so I'm watching interplay on everything, so, and her mother's name is snipinfool on Ravelry, and her name is Mary, like Merry Christmas, not Mother Mary, or, you know what I mean? It's M-E-R, well, I was surprised to see that, yeah. Huh. So I wonder if she's born in December.
Could be.
I should check that out. So they just had their 2nd episode up, so, go give them a look.
These are all on YouTube?
All YouTube. And so go give them a watch. And then another one that I was messaged about is Kitchensix. And she's Kitchensix on Ravelry, and her name is Nelli, and she has about 6 episodes out on YouTube. And I couldn't find a Ravelry group, because that's usually what I link, because that's where everybody stores all their info, whether they're on iTunes, YouTube, if they have WordPress, Blogspot, all their prime info is used generally in the Ravelry page. So I don't have anything to link but her Ravelry name. So from her Ravelry name, you can go to her YouTube. So
do a hop
and
over there.
If you're hungry, you definitely want to watch her, because she mentions different things she's cooking, kitchen, and then she's a new knitter, so she talks about her knitting, of course, and so it's really interesting. So there's some to go watch, because you never have enough podcasts, right?
Fill your day with podcasts.
Yep. So Roundup. I've already mentioned our Hatch a Knit, and we have our YouTube 1,000 subscriber viewer. Boy, that was a mouthful. Giveaway. Once we reach that, we'll be giving away a skein of Volmisa. So that could be a
free yarn to one of the subscribers. So if you're not currently subscribing, subscribe, and you could win some yarn.
Yep. So I think I'm wrapping her up.
All right. Well, I wanted to mention that you can get free Wolfe Farm video podcast button with any paid order at wolffarms.net. Just ask for that in the comments section when you're checking out. Don't forget lavender, 25% off. Plus other sale things. Yeah. I think we're still running the buy 2 get 1 free lip balms and stuff. That's another.
There's always
one,
stuff on sale.
We always have something for you. But I think that about wraps it up. Time for lunch.
Yep. So until next time.
Let's get cracking.
Hatch a Knit.
Bye, y'all.